Day, folks. Welcome to Andrew's Life. I hope everyone's doing great so far. Well, welcome to Sylacauga, Alabama. Now, I drove out here over this past weekend because due to all the coverage that many other social media outlets gave this city due to the residents here being upset due to what's going on with the migrant situation here. I was hoping that when I came out here, I would be able to interview at least one person, or even better than that, a couple of people, and ask them about what's going on here and have it on video. Now, I did talk to a few people. Unfortunately, none of them wanted to be on camera. So I'm going to just tell you what they said, and you'll just have to take it for what it is. Now, this video is not going to be a political video. There's a few of you that want me to slow my political conversations down a little bit. And honestly, this is not a political channel, and I'm not, like I said before, I'm not the best at talking politics. And maybe I'll do another video of why I even got into it in the first place. But anyhow, let's continue with what this video is about. This video is about Sylacauga, Alabama. Now, for starters, I've done a video out here in Sylacauga about, I want to say a little over a year ago. I thought I would come back out here and do another video to see if anything changed due to the migrant situation that people are talking about on different sources of media. But before I get into that, I'm gonna just give you guys some basic information about this city. Now, I'm not gonna go over the history of the city. If you want to know some of the history of the city, you can go back to the video that I made a year ago of Sylacauga, Alabama. On this video, this is just going to be an updated version of Sylacauga, if you will. So anyways, Sylacauga, Alabama is located 46 miles southeast of Birmingham and 63 miles north of Montgomery. The population here is 12,578 people. And as of the 2020 census, between 2010 and 2020, this city has lost 1.3% of its population. The population as of the 2010 census was 12,749 people. And it would be fair to say that the population has not changed much since the 1960s. Now, the largest racial groups here are as follows: 59.3% white, 34.3% black, 2.2% Hispanic. Now, I do not know exactly how many migrants are in this city, whether it be the ones that are from Central and South America or be the ones that are from Haiti. Now, I did speak to, like I told you at the beginning of the video, I did speak to a few people about the migrant situation, and I asked them a few questions. And as far as how bad the migrant situation in this city is, obviously I don't live here. I'm not from here. I just came here to record a video and give you guys some general information about the area. Now, as far as how bad it is with the migrants here, I would say it depends on who you talk to. And now, everybody who I spoke to about the migrant situation, all of them were of the working class. So I didn't speak to anybody that owned businesses or had any kind of reason to lie to me. And I spoke to one group. There's a couple of people I spoke to about the migrant situation. Now, the first couple of people I spoke to, they they both work at one of the Dollar Generals here. And they tell me that the Haitians that go into the store, they're nice, they're courteous, they're very respectful, and they don't cause any issue to the city. And they even went as far as into telling me that the majority of the crime, the majority of the uptick in crime here in Sylacauga were from the locals, not from any of the migrants. And later on, I will get to the crime in this city. But the majority of the crime were from the locals. And they told me that the majority of the crime that goes on in this city is typically drug related. From the locals, not the migrants. That's what they told me. And then I talked to another couple of people in another side of the city about the migrant situation. And they told me, yes, it's as bad as what was stated at the city council meeting that was, that you guys saw last week, plastered all over different sources of media. They told me, yes, it is that bad. And they told me that they've seen with their own two eyes of migrants being dropped off into the city here. They get dropped off here by buses. And many of them are coming here and they're taking up many of these local jobs, leaving some of the workers here without a job, making looking for work here a little bit harder. That was their take on the migrant situation. And they also told me that when it comes to food, each person they get around $700 a month for food assistance, and they get assistance on top of that for housing. And I have been told by these people that the majority of the migrants either live in the apartments that are in this city, or they occupy the hotels. Now I will say, as I was driving around recording this video, and I feel I've covered quite a bit of this city, I didn't see any migrants walking around. In fact, I didn't see too much of anybody walking around today. Now, bear in mind today, when I came out here, it was on a Sunday, so I guess as typical for a city like this, Sundays typically you're not going to see a whole lot of foot traffic. You're not going to have a lot of traffic in general because it's Sunday and many people are off of work. Now, when I asked these people about the crime and how much has the migrants contributed to the crime, they did not tell me that the crime that was going on in the city was by the migrants. They basically told me the same thing the first group of people told me when it came to the crime, that the majority of the crime were by the locals, and it was mainly crime related to the drug activity in this city. Now, these people were clearly against migrants being here for much of the same reasons why many other Americans are against migrants being in this country. But they did not say anything, and I repeat, they did not say anything about any of the migrants contributing significantly to the local crime in the city. And although there hasn't been any rumors, at least not any that I heard of any of the migrants doing anything bad to animals or people, I thought I would ask that question anyways, just in case something came up later about that. And these people stated that no, there has not been any reports of anything bad happening to to any animals. There hasn't been any of that out here. At least not from what they know. And I guess for the record, the majority of the migrants that are out here are Hispanic. So there's way more of them than there are the Haitians. And I did ask, okay, well, how long have the Hispanic migrants been here and how long have the Haitians been here? And they told me that they all came into the city around the same time. So for those that, I mean, 'cause I remember when I looked at that city council video, and then there was another YouTuber. There's a lady YouTuber, I forgot to name her channel, but she mentioned that when this city was, when a bunch of non-black Hispanic migrants started coming here, no one raised any stink about it. But then when the Haitians started coming here, people started raising stink about it. So I thought, okay, well, how long have the non-black Hispanics been here, and how long have the Haitians been here? And according to the people that I spoke to that were against migrants being here, they even told me that the Hispanic migrants and the migrants from Haiti came here at around the same time. So hopefully, if for those of you that might be wondering about what I said a minute ago, hopefully that helps you out a little bit, if you even care. Now, let's see. So if you're looking at moving here to Sylacauga, Sylacauga, fortunately, at least as it stands now, it is a relatively affordable place to live. I mean, there's really nothing fancy or special about this city. This is just a typical smaller city of the Deep South. It's very blue collar. The largest industries here are going to be manufacturing. Then following that, you got healthcare, education, and retail. So this city, for the most part, is blue collar. Housing prices here are relatively affordable. If you're looking to rent, according to my research, which maybe the data that I looked up could be a bit behind, who knows? Maybe somebody who lives here can put a comment below and update us on what's really going on as far as these numbers I'm getting ready to read. But your rent prices here are your median rent prices here are $660 to $1,450 a month. And if you're looking to own, according to Realtor.com, you can purchase a house for as low as $34,000. Obviously, if you go low like that, you're going to most likely get a fixer-upper that you'll have to do a little bit of work to. Now, I would say if you're looking for something decent, like in a decent area and the house doesn't need too much work, I would say if you have $100,000, you can find something like that. And now we're going to get to the crime. Alright folks, let's talk about the crime that's in this city. I just had to stop the video for a minute and get some data real quick. I forgot to get the data when I first began to record. But anyways, as far as it goes for property crime, the national average for property crime is 19.5 people per 1,000 people will most likely become a victim of property crime. That's the national average. Now, the property crime rate here in Sylacauga is 20.7 people per 1,000 people. So that is just above national average, which is not bad. And the most common types of property crime are going to be theft and burglary. Now, for violent crime, the national average for violent crime is, for every 1,000 people, 3.8 people will most likely become a victim here in Sylacauga. 2.9 people per 1,000 people will most likely become a victim of violent crime, which is actually a little below national average. And the most common violent crime here is assault. Now, the people that I spoke to that told me that the migrants didn't bother nobody and the Haitians were nice and courteous and all that type of stuff. Those people also told me that that apparently there's been an increased amount of crimes being committed using a deadly weapon. I'm trying to keep it YouTube friendly here, so I gotta watch how I word my I gotta watch my wording here because I'm trying to be YouTube friendly on this one. But anyhow, the people who I talked to, the first of the people I talked to, they told me that there's been an increased amount of crimes with the use of a deadly weapon, and they told me that those type of crimes were more drug type of crimes. So for those of you that care, I thought I would give you that piece of information that I've been told. Let me back up here. Now, as far as how I feel about this city, I mean, like I told you guys a minute ago, there's really nothing special about this city. This city to me is just a typical smaller southern city. Now, could this city use a little bit of work? It could. Do I feel that there ought to be more resources invested into the infrastructure of the city? Most definitely. Now, for people that live here that are upset because you got tons of financial resources going into the migrants that are here, as opposed to the residents who live in the city, as well as the city infrastructure. For those who are upset about that, I understand exactly where those people are coming from, and I would have to say on that specific matter, I totally agree with the people that live here that are upset. Because as I was driving through the city, I'm not saying this city is raggedy, but I will say that the money that they're using to fund these migrants could be used to fund the infrastructure, to improve the infrastructure here a little better. But, I'm one person, and that's my 2 cents. Maybe some of y'all watching this video might feel differently. Now we're going to jump over to Niche. And I'm going to read off a handful of comments, well, their reviews rather, of what people live here or used to live here left about this city. And I'm not going to read every review. I'm only going to read maybe 2 or 3 reviews per category. And I'm going to start with 5-star reviews, and I'm going to work myself down to the 1-star review. Now, in a nutshell, there's been a total of 51 reviews left about this city. And based on 51 reviews, this city has scored a 3.5 out of a 5-star rating. So, starting with the 5-star rating, well, if I can bring it up, okay. Alright, the first review is a 5-star, and it was written November of 2018, and it reads as follows. I was greeted with a smile and a hello when I walked in. The store in Sylacauga is very neat, and I found all my items on my list in a quick fashion. All shelves are in perfect order. My experience was very quick and pleasant. Everything was very organized. The second 5-star review was written August of 2018 as well. I like that new buildings are being built in the city. This provides more stuff for the people of the town to do. One thing I dislike is the racial presence still brewing around. So according to this person, I guess there's still an issue with racism. as I would say bigotry, because when people say racism, they really mean bigotry. But anyways, and I would say the issue with racism slash bigotry is going to be all over the United States. I mean, okay, I get it. Some places might be a little worse than others, but I would say for the most part, it's all over the United States. Big city, small city, no matter what part of the United States. But that's my take on the whole race thing. Okay, this next review is another 5-star. This one was written September of 2017. I am a longtime resident of Sylacauga, Alabama. Sylacauga is known for its beautiful marble. Across the street from where my daughter lives is a fenced-in area where an artist carved statues made of marble. The last statue was Anne Sullivan with Helen Keller's hand under a well. Sylacauga used to be known as the cleanest city in Alabama. I would like to see the citizens of Sylacauga take pride in this community and not litter. I would also like to see individuals come together collecting trash that has been thrown on the sidewalks, in the roads and parking lots. Idealistic, I would like to see this city return to being the cleanest city in Alabama. Now we're going to jump down to the 4-star reviews. The first 4-star review was written April of 2023. Although Sylacauga hosts various events, it would be nice to see more permanent venues such as museums with varying cultural history and restaurants with healthier food choices. Well, okay, that's nice, but you're instead of Alabama, so you're probably not going to see that around. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I would say for the most part, if you're one of these people looking for healthy food options, you might just want to go ahead and plan to go to one of the larger metro areas. I'm just saying. But anyways, the next 5-star review of 4-star review was written October 2022. More stores and opportunities for students and the community. Increase of security and safety respondents. That's what they want, I'm assuming. Okay, now let's see. I might read one more here. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'll read one more review. This 4-star review is from March of 2020. It may not be as big as other cities in the state of Alabama, but it is a close town. Everyone here are very nice people, even if you may not think we are. We care about each other, and lately we have been getting upgrades. If you ever want to move to a small town, maybe this is the place. Alright, I'm jumping down to the 3-star reviews now. Okay, this first one is going to be a lengthy one. It was written September of 2023. 3 stars. Sylacauga is a small town where everyone is connected in some way. Most people come from money, so they think they are above everyone else. The town comes together for some things like football games and Christmas parades, but they talk about each other, even their closest friends. Living in Sylacauga has taught me that people can come together and the town can be great, but also I would never recommend living here. I would like to see the high schools change and become better. BB Comer deserves better education, while Sylacauga High School deserves better extracurriculars. One thing I enjoy about Sylacauga is the spirit every game night. People from the town show up to the games to support the children of BB Commer High School and or Sylacauga High School in whatever sport is being played. I hope that never changes. Okay, this next one is another 3-star written April of 2023. Sylacauga is an older town, but in recent years it has been catching up to towns around it. It recently gotten a Starbucks and a Publix and other new stores. These new businesses brought more local jobs, which was something the town was lacking for a while. And one more 3-star review, which was written February of 2022. Sylacauga is a quiet town. I have lived here my whole life, and not very much has happened. We have had recent growth within the last couple of years, and we are situated in a decent middle ground between some of Alabama's major cities. The community is nice and overall decent and clean. There are many small businesses and restaurants. There are a few things to do, such as the Bluebell Factory, the Marble Quarry, local shopping, and more. It's a great place to retire or settle down, but would not recommend it for students. Overall, Sylacauga is a quaint and quiet place to live. Let's see here. I'm just looking for another comment for you people. Okay, I'm gonna read one more 3-star because this video is extra long, so why not give you guys some information about the city as much as I can. Okay, I'm gonna read one more 3-star comment. This comment was written June of 2020. This one's a little older, obviously. It is a very small southern town. It is somewhat of a nice place to live. However, there are not many things for younger generations to do. The little town is mostly a mixture of countryside and city. It isn't the greatest place, but it has everything you need for survival. There are great dentists, eye doctors, and regular doctors throughout the little town. Its hospital is good, however, the emergency part needs major improvement. Not many people are exactly not many people are exactly the politics of the town because they never use the town's money for good uses. Also, we have a great ambulance and firefighting committee. However, our police force could use some improvement. For safety, it's 60-40. It all depends on which neighborhoods you reside in. Alrighty, I'm gonna read maybe 2 or 3 reviews from the poor category, the 2 stars. And no one gave this city a 1 star, so I'm gonna just read some reviews off of the 2 stars, and then we'll keep it going. This first 2-star review was written in 2016, so it's older. If I had to choose to live in Alabama again, I absolutely would not. I don't regret being born here, but there's nothing interesting around here, at least not in the small towns of the Sylacauga. I have to go to a big city like Birmingham or Huntsville to really have fun, and I'm the type of person that's curious about the world around us and like to discover new things. Okay, and let's see here. See if I can give you one more review here, because a lot of these other reviews are super old. They're from 2014, 2015. So just bear with me for a second here. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna waste my time reading these other reviews, because the other reviews are super old and they're probably not even relevant to what's going on with the city today. I mean, one person's complaining about the potholes in the city. One person's complaining about the lack of employment opportunities in the city. And another person's complaining about the lack of public transportation in the city. So in a nutshell, those are the rest of your 2-star reviews. So hopefully you guys got something out of the video today. And for those of you that want to visit here, you want to move here, whatever the case is, hopefully this video will help you come to a decision. And obviously, before you buy a house out here, come out here, check it out in person. Don't buy a house online and then come out here and discover that you don't like it out here. So on that note, if you like what I do, you can give videos like this a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And on that note, stay blessed. I will catch you guys on the next one.